tower defense games, a trend between 2007 and, until they weren't popular anymore. Really good games emerged in the real-time strategy genre from that point. A lot of them use tower defense as a starting point. For instance, games from the Kingdom franchise, which is a really good example of a good concept which is based on tower defense, but nobody is telling you it's a tower defense because it's a real-time strategy game. And by the way, I'm not a specialist nor a critic, so this is just my opinion. So if I say dumb stuff, I'm just dumb, I'm sorry. So a lot of games inspired or made in that time were unique in some way. Gemcraft and Bubble Tower Defense, as well as other games from their time, used a very arcade-ish model, I shall call it the 2007 feel. You start the game and the player already knows the main gimmick of the game, but every successful game had something no other had. In Gemcraft, the way you upgrade towers makes the experience unique and rewarding for the player. As you progress, the game becomes really complex, and the same goes for Bubble TD with the addition of the path the player creates for the enemies. After that, there is the classic gameplay loop and a ton of upgrades for the towers and a lot of stronger enemies. That's the main thing, I guess. And these games are in the same boat. They are both appealing and give you the same feel. Essentially, they have that 2007 feel. A path with enemies, places for towers, or not. Health for the player, which depletes when enemies reach the end of the path. And that's it, that's fine, that's simple enough, that worked. Plants vs Zombies, on the other hand, is the peak of casualness. Yes, it doesn't have the same level of strategy as the first two mentioned, but it's much more appealing. Nevertheless, it's fun, variated enough, paced well, even with the more simpler approach of the gameplay. It was in some way like the Kingdom franchise. It had its own feel. To wrap things up, I'll say that a better game is a more appealing game. So my base for my project will be Plants vs Zombies. The unique thing for my game will be dynamic pet finding, you place a stuff, the enemies change. It's like Bubble TD but in a more Plants vs Zombies way, I guess. My only hope is that I can make its own feel and not be a Plants vs Zombies clone. And yeah, you can check out my project, which is in development right now, from the description, please.